The bus stop. Olivia's mom, Augie, Jack, and Daisy come down to the stop just as I'm saying goodbye to Olivia. Slightly awkward since we're in the middle of saying goodbye. Hey guys, says the mom, pretending not to see anything, and the two boys are giggling. Hi, Miss Pullman. Just please call me Isabel, Justin, she says again. It's like the third time she's told me this, so I really need to start calling her that. I'm heading home, I say as if to explain. Oh, are you heading to the subway? She says, following the dog with the newspaper. Can you walk Jack to the bus stop? No problem. That's okay with you, Jack? The mom asks, and as he shrugs. Justin, can you stay with him till the bus comes? Well, of course. We all say our goodbyes, and Olivia winks at me. You don't have to stay with me, says Jack as we're walking up the block. I can take the bus all by myself all the time. Augie's mom is just way overprotective. He's got a low, gravely voice like a little tough guy. He kind of looks like one of those little rascal kids in old black and white movies, like he should be wearing a newsboy cap and knickers. We get to the bus stop, and the schedule says the bus will be there in 8 minutes. I'll wait with you, I tell him. Up to you, he shrugs. Can I borrow $1? I want some gum. I fish $1 out of my pocket and watch him cross the street to the grocery store in the corner. He seems too small to be walking around all by himself somehow. But then I think how I was that young when I started taking the subway by myself. Way too young. I'm going to be an overprotective dad someday. I know it. And my kids? They're going to know I care. I'm waiting there a minute or two when I notice 3 kids walking up the block from the other direction. They walk right past the grocery store, but one of them looks inside and nudges the other 2, and they all back up and look inside. I can tell they're up to no good, all elbowing each other, laughing. One of them is Jack's height, but the other 2 look much bigger, more like teens. They hide behind the fruit stand in front of the store, and when Jack walks out, they trail behind him, making loud throw-up noises. Bleh, bleh. Jack casually turns around at the corner to see who they are, and they run away high-fiving each other and laughing. Little jerks. Jack crosses the street like nothing happened and stands next to me at the bus stop, blowing a bubble. Friends of yours? I finally say. Ha, he says. He's trying to smile, but I can tell he's upset. Just some jerks from my school, he says. A kid named Julian and his 2 gorillas, Henry and Miles. Do they bother you a lot like that? No, they've never done that before. They'd never do that at school or they'd get kicked out. Julian lives just 2 blocks from here, so I guess there's just bad luck running into him. Oh, okay. I nod. It's not a big deal, he assures me. We both automatically look down Amsford Avenue to see if the bus is coming. We're sort of in a war, he says after a minute, as if it explains everything. Then he pulls out this crumpled piece of loose-leaf paper from his jean pocket and gives it to me. I unfold it, and it's a list of names in 3 columns. He's turned the whole grade against me, he says Jack. Well, not the whole grade, I point out, looking down at the list. He leaves me notes in my locker that say stuff like everybody hates you, and you should tell your teacher about that. Jack looks at me like I'm an idiot and shakes his head. Anyway, you have all these neutrals, I say, pointing to the list. If you get them on your side, things will even up a bit. Yeah, well, that's really going to happen, he says sarcastically. Why not? And he shoots me another look like I'm absolutely the dumbest guy he's ever talked to in the world. What? I say. He shakes his head like I'm hopeless. Let's just say, he says, I'm friends with somebody who isn't exactly the most popular kid in school. Then it hits me what he's not coming out and saying. August. This is all about his being friends with August. And he doesn't want to tell me because I'm the sister's boyfriend. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. We see the bus coming down Amsford Avenue. Well, just hang in there, I'm telling him, handing back the paper. Middle school is about as bad as it gets, and then it gets better. Everything will work out. He shrugs and shoves the list back into his pocket. We wave by, and he gets on the bus, and I watch it pull away. When I get on the subway station 2 blocks away, I see the same 3 kids hanging out in front of the bagel place next door. They're still laughing, yucking each other like they're some kind of gangbangers, little rich boys, in expensive skinny jeans acting tough. Don't know what possesses me, but I take my glasses off and put them in my pocket and tuck my fiddle in my fiddle case under my arm so the pointy side is facing up. And I walk over to them, my face scrunched up, mean looking, and they look at me, laughs dying on their lips when they see me, ice cream cones at odd angles. Yo, listen up. Don't mess with Jack, I say really slowly, gritting my teeth, my voice all Clint Eastwood tough guy. Mess with him again, and you'll be very, very sorry. And then I tap my fiddle case for effect. Got it? They nod in unison, ice cream dripping onto their hands. Good. I nod mysteriously, then sprint down the subway 2 steps at a time. Rehearsal. The play is taking up most of my time as we get closer to opening night. Lots of lines to remember, long monologues where it's just me talking. Olivia has this great idea, though, and it's helping. I have my fiddle with me on stage and play it while I'm talking. It's not written that way, but Mr. Davenport thinks it adds a little extra folksy element to have the stage manager plucking on a fiddle. And as for me, it's so great because whenever I need a second to remember my next line, I just start playing a little soldier's joy on my fiddle, and it buys me some time. I've gotten to know the kids in the show a lot better, especially the pink-haired girl who plays Emily. Turns out she's not nearly as stuck-up as I thought she was, given the crowd she hangs out with. Her boyfriend's this built jock who's a big deal on the varsity sports circuit at school. It's a whole world that I have nothing to do with, so I'm kind of surprised that this Miranda girl just turns out to be kind of nice. One day we're sitting on the floor backstage waiting for the tech guys to fix the main spotlight. So how long have you and Olivia been dating? She asked me out of the blue. Oh, about 4 months now, I say. Have you met her brother? She says casually. It's so unexpected that I can't hide my surprise. Oh, you know Olivia's brother? I ask. Via didn't tell you? We used to be good friends. I've known Augie since he was a baby. Oh, yeah, I think I knew that, I answer. I don't want her to let on that Olivia had not told me any of this. I don't want to let on how surprised I am that she called her Via. Nobody but Olivia's family calls her Via. And here this pink-haired girl who I thought was a stranger is calling her Via? Huh. Miranda laughs and shakes her head, but she doesn't say anything. There's an awkward silence, and then she starts fishing through her bag and pulls out her wallet. She rifles through a couple of pictures and then hands one to me. It's of a little boy on a park on a sunny day. He's wearing shorts and a t-shirt and an astronaut helmet that covers his entire head. It was like 100 degrees that day, she said, smiling at the picture. But he wouldn't take that helmet off for anything. He wore it for like 2 years straight. In the winter, the summer, the beach. It's crazy. Oh yeah, I've seen pictures in Olivia's house. Yeah, I'm the one who gave him that helmet, she says. She sounds a little proud about that. She takes the picture and carefully inserts it back into her wallet. Cool, I answer. So you okay with it? She says, looking at me. I look at her blankly. Okay with what? She raises her eyebrows like she doesn't believe me. You know what I'm talking about, she says, and takes a long drink from her water bottle. Let's face it, she continues. The universe was not kind to Augie Pullman. Bird. Why didn't you tell me that you and Miranda Novice used to be friends? I say to Olivia the next day, I'm really annoyed at her for not telling me this. Well, it's not a big deal, she answers defensively, looking at me like I'm weird. It is a big deal, I say. I look like an idiot. How could you not tell me? You've always acted like you don't even know her. Oh, I don't know her, she answers quickly. I don't know who that pink-haired cheerleader is. The girl I knew was a total dork who collected American Girl dolls. Oh, come on, Olivia. You come on. You could have mentioned it to me at some point, I say quietly, pretending not to notice the big fat tear that's suddenly rolling down her cheek. She shrugs, fighting back bigger tears. It's okay, I'm not mad, I say, thinking the tears are about me. I honestly don't care if you're mad, she said spitefully. Oh, well, that's real nice, I fire back. She doesn't say anything. The tears are about to come. Olivia, what's the matter? I say. She shakes her head and like she doesn't want to talk about it, but all of a sudden the tears start rolling a mile a minute. No, I'm sorry. It's not you, Justin. I'm not crying because of you, she finally says through her tears. Then why are you crying? Because I'm an awful person. What are you talking about? She's not looking at me and she's wiping her tears with the palm of her hand. I haven't told my parents about the show, she says quickly. I shake my head because I don't quite get what she's telling me. That's okay, I say. It's not too late. There's still tickets available. I don't want them to come to the show, Justin, she interrupts impatiently. Don't you see what I'm saying? I don't want them to come. If they come, they'll bring Augie with them, and I just don't feel like... Here she's hit by another round of crying that doesn't let her finish talking. I put my arm around her. I'm an awful person, she says through her tears. You're not an awful person, I say softly. Yes, I am, she sobs. It's just been so nice being in a new school where nobody knows about him, and nobody's whispering about it behind my back, and it's just so nice, Justin. But if he comes at the play, then everyone will talk about it, and everyone will know, and I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I swear I've never been embarrassed by him before. I know, I say, soothing her. You're entitled, Via. You've dealt with a lot your whole life. Olivia reminds me of a bird sometimes, how her feathers get all ruffled when she gets mad. And when she's fragile like this, she's a little lost bird looking for its nest, so I give her my wing to hide under. The universe. I can't sleep tonight. My head is full of thoughts that won't turn off. Lines from my monologues, elements of the periodic table that I'm supposed to be memorizing, theorems I'm supposed to be understanding, Olivia, Augie. Miranda's words keep coming back. The universe was not kind to Augie Pullman. And I'm thinking about that a lot, and everything it means. And she's right about that. The universe was not kind to Augie Pullman. But what did that little kid ever do to deserve this sentence? What did the parents do, or Olivia? She once mentioned that some doctor told her parents that the odds of someone getting the same combination of syndromes that came together to make Augie's face were like 1 in 4 million. So doesn't that make the universe a giant lottery then? I mean, you purchase a ticket when you're born, and it's all just random, whether you get a good ticket or a bad ticket, and it's all just luck? My head swirls on this, and then softer thoughts soothe, like a flattened third on a major chord. No, it's not all random. If it really was all random, the universe would abandon us completely. And the new universe doesn't. It takes care of most fragile creations in ways like we can't see. Like with parents who adore you blindly, and a big sister who feels guilty for being human over you, and a little gravely voiced kid whose friends have left him over you, and even a little pink-haired girl who carries your picture in her wallet. I don't know, maybe it's lottery, but the universe makes it all even out in the end. I mean, the universe takes care of all of its birds.